Okay guys, so in this one we have to do part 11 number 10. It says write a function that prints a triangle followed by a new line, and then this is a prototype. We have to use put chart where size is the number of sides of the triangle. If size is 0 or less, the function should print a new line. So if it is higher, it should print the triangle. Obviously you should use this hash to print triangle. And if you see, this one has, the first one has 2, so we printed 1, right? So a space and then this and then 2, right? This one's printed 10, so 1. So if you notice, it counted the number of space first before it printed the first one, number of space before, like that. So more space than the stuff, and then the next one will print 1, definitely 1, right? And then 0 0. So let's get into it. So first thing I will copy is my name. Copy. And then so cd into, oh sorry, we cd into ALX low level, we cd into 004. What am I pressing? cd into 004. Let's clear and then ls. So we're here. So vi the name, and then we'll include our main.h, right? And then so the name is print triangle. And then we have the parameter of size. And the no return type, so we can end it. So we'll copy the prototype. Yeah. We have void return type. Then copy this. Yeah. Okay. So we have this block of code. So the next thing is, if we'll put two variables into I and j. So if the size, so if size is greater than 0, so we have when it is 0 or less and when it is greater than 0, right? So we have a block of code to be executed. Okay, so we have a for loop. Okay, I will say for I equals 0, I is less than size, right? And then I plus plus. Okay, so this place we are saying that I is 0 as far as 0 is less than size, right? That's why we are doing this, right? Okay, then I'll come here and sorry, and then I'll have my curly braces again for this. So inside this one we're going to have another for loop. Okay, Okay, and then the for loop goes like j equals to 0 as long as j is less than size j plus plus. Okay, and then we have another one like this. Okay, so for this for loop, okay, so we've said that if it is greater than, if this one is 1 for example, right, it means this thing will execute once, right? So this one will execute once, so it will print one line. Okay, so for this one to execute, we say that if j is 0 now and size is probably 1, right? So it means this one will execute 1, right? Okay, so we said this one should execute once, this one should execute once. So if this one wants to execute, it will just execute what is here, right? It will come back here. Okay, so if this one is 2 for example, okay, so it means this, if size is 2 for example, okay, 2 is greater than 0, right? Yes, so it will execute this. So it will say 0 is less than 2, right? Yes, so this one will become 0, right? 0 is less than 2, then it will execute this block of code first time 1, abi this block of code 0 is less than 2, right? Yes, this one will execute once, this one will execute 2 when it becomes, this one will become 1, right? This one will execute 2, this one will execute 3, um, yes, this one, let's continue. So let me finish up. If our j is less than size minus 1, sorry, I plus 1. So we have another if block of code, and for this if we have our parenthesis. What happened? Let me undo it. What did I use? Okay, we have our block of code, right? And then we say we should print space. Remember, we have more space first. So space is what is going to be printed. I'm coming. Underscore put char print space. Okay. Has the color changed? Yes. Okay. Calm down. Okay. So if j is less than size, then increase I by 1 minus I plus 1. If so we have this one to be 2, right? We have this one to be 2. So this one is 2. This one would want to execute this code, right? Let me just finish it, so I'll see how I can explain. So else, right, you should print hashtag. Right, come down, push hashtag. Then for this if, we're gonna end it with a new line underscore put char. New line. Okay. So this one is for if size is greater than 0. So down here we're going to have else, which is for equals to 0 or less than 0. For that one, you should just print a new line, right? I think you understand this one first. You should just understand that one and say, okay. So this one is for when it is this one is for when it is equal to 0 or less than 0, right? And then I go up. Let me reduce this one. Hey, sorry. Okay, and then this is my cursor. So this one is for this one is for if it is greater than 0, right? So if it is greater than 0, all this block of code will execute. Sorry, all this block of code, yes, I'm correct, will execute. Let me bring this guy down a bit because I can't see everything. Okay, yes. So if it is greater than 0, this block of codes will execute, and if it is, the else is for when it is equal to 0. So let's see what this block of code does. So at the end of when it is greater than 0, it will print a new line, right? So we've removed this guy, right? So let's see what this guy is do, okay, before it prints a new line. Okay, so we have two for loop and one if and one else, right? So the first for loop, let's say this one is 2, it means this guy will execute twice. So we have 2 lines, right? So this one will give us number of lines, right? Okay, so it remains this guy. Okay, yeah, okay. So this one for this one would keep executing too. So this one would print the number of what's this thing called, rows, right? So this one will print the number of rows, right? So this one is to print the number of spaces before the hash, right? So this one will help us print the number of spaces before the hash. Okay, so for j equals to 0, j is less than size j plus plus. Okay, so let me see. Yes, so this one will print it, and then if you have to, it means this one will execute uh, twice as well, right? So this one will execute one, and then we have this if statement, and then this one will say j is less than size, so j is less than size, right? 2, and then minus I plus 1. So this one will be depending on the I. So if this I is still 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, right? So yes, so 0 plus 1 1. So j if j is 0, 0 is greater than 2, 0 is less than 2, and then 2 minus 1 1, right? So if this one minus this one, Okay, is this supposed to be minus? Yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, so in order not to waste our time, let me just quickly execute it and see if it works first before I start explaining all these jargons. Okay, so we have ls. So let us bet it at 10. So this one says we are good, right? Let me clear. So let me put the prototype inside vi main.h. Bless me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have this one. Okay, yes, that's clear. Okay, so the next one is we should vi um we should create the main.h, right? Time main.c, main.c as a main.h. Okay, then we clear our screen. Then I can compare. Let me first compare them. I'll see what I can do with that explanation. So our compilation worked. No slash. I think 10. So I think it worked, right? So I'm coming. Let's. So I don't want to push this to number 10. Where is it? 10 main.c and 10 triangles, right? So let me copy these 10 triangles. So I'll add it to my GitHub now. Alright. Let me git add git commits. Hey shit. Git commit is triangle. Git push. Okay, so let's check our code first. So basically, the math behind that one is that you should print the number of spaces, and then if it has gotten to an end like that, the end, okay, you should just print hashtag. So the next one would go up again and reload. Let me explain here. So that one is going to print the number of spaces first, and when it is close to the end of you use j to compare I, it's going to print hash. It will go back to the first loop, and then it will come back here, and then the incrementation of the loop will make this thing print the second hash. You understand? So that's the math behind that stuff. So probably I'm going to crack it and see um, how I create that. Okay, let's see. The code is still running. Okay, I think because we're in the deadline again, so it's taking time. So definitely should work. If it doesn't work, then I'll make adjustment to this video, so you'll be seeing the I'll add the adjustment to it. So let's go to the next one because of time.